Hello, we're live.
Hello, hello.
We're here. Welcome to the Now is Not the Time to Panic live show. You
Yay.
both read it.
I think I made you nervous today, maybe.
Yeah, you did.
Yesterday you messaged me and were like, did you read it? And I was like,
"Mm,
no.
are you gonna?
Yeah.
So if you don't know, this is Bailey who hosts the Shelf This Book Club. And let me pick this book.
Yes, fun times. I'm glad to see our crowd so far.
Yes.
The fun ratings I've seen so far.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Adriana. Yeah, you did. Okay,
What?
oh my god, sorry, my Siri was thinking I activated her by accident.
They weren't
Okay.
invited.
Not invited. Okay, people are.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So,
I mean, we talked that the only ratings we don't know are each other's.
yeah, I did see a bunch of other ratings.
We should discuss what the book is about
Yeah, I
first.
like usually like, I'm supposed to say like why I picked this.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, green.
It's green. That's not why. Oh my god, Kayla.
Yeah.
Wait,
Don't speak so soon.
Kayla's rating spoiler and bullying Adriana. Okay, so I picked this book because I loved Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. And so I had been wanting to read this. And then when you asked me to pick a book, I was like, I better pick something like what's my kind of book, like kind of a weird book. So that's why I picked it.
I actually was curious, like how many people had read what's that book called? Nothing to See Here, because that one's obviously this is a new release, but that one was obviously very popular. So I'm curious if anybody.
It's only been recently popular.
Well, yeah, but I'm curious if anyone else had read it. Actually, funnily enough, I came across a lot of copies of it last year for my store before it like kind of got like before I started seeing reviews and stuff for it. So I'm pretty sure that there's a copy of Nothing to See Here in my basement.
Just in
So if I could land on that from my store space on my game again, it could be a grab.
Yeah, I think I gave that one 5 stars.
Okay. Are they written similarly? Like, is his writing style kind of the same?
Like style, sure, but it doesn't have the same like time jump element.
Okay. Like it's one.
It's just I think it's just one timeline.
Do you want me to say what the book is about? Do you want to say what the book is about?
Oh, I can do that for sure. No, I can try. It's about what's that girl's name? I already don't know.
I just read it
Frankie. So this girl Frankie and her friend Zeke, and they're like kind of like sad, weird teenagers in a small town, nothing to do. So they do a little project together that sort of spirals out of their control.
Beyond their scope.
Right. Beyond what anyone could have really expected. And then there's a secondary timeline of somebody coming, asking Frankie to talk about it and be like, did you do this?
20 years later.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, good. I mean, going into this, anytime I've tried to talk about what I thought this was about was probably zero helpful.
Yeah, I don't think the synopsis
can't really explain it well. Like once you're in it, it fully makes sense.
Well, and it's so short that I think it's kind of like fun to just.
I agree. It's a ride. I went on this whole journey today, and it was a ride.
You read the whole thing today.
I mean, I read 20 pages last night.
That doesn't count. Okay, so ratings. Should I go first?
I want to hear other people's first.
Well, I know Kayla already said 5 stars.
Yeah, Kayla already.
I am pretty sure Lizzie gave it 4.
Yeah, I saw Hi, and then Adriana.
Lizzie, I think you would like a thing to see here. Lizzie 4.5. Mom says 4.
Okay. I do Okay, yeah, tell me what you rated it.
I gave it a 4.
Oh, T. I gave it 5 stars.
That's tea. Oh my god.
Yeah!
I liked.
I did give it 5 stars. That's why I asked about the writing style. 'Cause in my vlog even, I was like, "This is what I mean when
You're
I
gonna give it
say
a
that
2.
I like blunt writing." Like,
Okay.
this is really good writing, in my opinion, that it's not flowery, it's not metaphorical, it's not lyrical. It's just, like, telling you what's up,
Yeah.
and I liked it.
Right. So I do think you would get that out of his other book.
Okay. You think it's similar in that way?
Yeah, it definitely
Okay.
is. And it's just that like kind of no nonsense characters almost.
Like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Adriana, that's not how this works.
Bailey, is this your
Um,
book?
what else have I given 5?
Again, the magic or something?
I don't think I gave that 5. This might be the thing is I haven't had time to process any of this because I finished it 20 minutes ago. Um, this might be my first 5. What did I give? Yeah, because The Shadow of Perseus last month, I only gave 4.5. Only. I'll have to investigate that, but I'll say right now, and it might be a lie, that this maybe was my first 5-star book club book.
You're welcome.
I don't have a working brain to confirm or deny.
That's totally fine. Lizzie wants to make a spreadsheet about it. Classic.
Oh, of course.
Put all the previous ratings.
I do have a concept that I could keep putting off until I like need a filler video to maybe tier rank.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you liked the writing style.
I did a lot.
Did like what else did you like?
I do like I thought just the story in general was fun that they made this thing that like it's about art and putting it out into the world, and I loved that like Frankie kind of became obsessed with it. And then in the end, like this consumed her life. And in the end, I mean, I don't really want to talk about the end yet, but I think the end just really solidified for me that like your reality, while it exists for other people, is not necessarily their like full reality.
Right, like everybody experienced this phenomenon in their own way.
Yeah.
And like was affected by it. Yeah, that's so true.
Oh. Contemplated giving it more.
I also contemplated giving it more. I was like, is this a 5?
I think that in my heart when I finished, I was like, this is going to be a 4.5. But through Cawpile, because I ended up doing, there were a couple that I gave it like atmosphere, I gave it a 10, writing, I gave it a 10, and intrigue, I gave it a 10. So those like obviously boosted or like counteracted, like the logic, I gave it an 8. You know.
Okay. Because it was kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, like it was. How common is phenomena? Like, how common is it for something to like, it's like something going viral before the internet existed, which is a concept that they obviously talk about in this book, that it was like before the internet.
Yeah.
But this was viral.
Right. Like this story could only have happened in this.
That we would have gotten a visual of this poster at some point.
Yeah, me too. Because I think that one that I posted in the group chat in the Discord was like not right.
Like somebody has recreated it.
Right. Like that was drawn for a like a review.
Right. Like
in like
it's like fandom.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did see somewhere, I don't remember when I saw it, but he's been waiting to write this book and use that line for 10 years.
Now is not the time to panic?
No. The Edge is a shanty town filled with gold seekers. He like had that on deck for 10 years.
Interests me because it's like, to me, like it's such a weird, like what does that even mean? I think that's like the fun of it is everyone's like, what is this? And so, like, why has he been thinking about that for years?
Like,
That's a weird.
it's a weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved the atmosphere of this. It was so like somebody said it was like slow summer, like kind of like a sticky
Oh yeah.
summer
And I gave the
mood.
atmosphere 10. And I just think the concept of like
Liz
right away she's like, I don't want to have sex with him.
Oh yeah.
And then they just like kiss and it's all like you can feel the awkwardness of it.
Yes.
Like just the vibe of like they're two very awkward kids doing this like really weird thing. It's just so weird.
I'm trying to find the author's note.
I don't like this. This is not what I picture, so I'm gonna erase it.
No, yeah, I don't. Okay, it's not in the author's, not in my copy. But yeah, just the like when she's writing it, he's like, just write something, and she's like, and like she writes something like so meaningless, but like I don't know, I just like it felt very
seem to think it's also profound.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, being 16 is like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in the physical book. There's no author's note.
Give us the recipe. And also like to have triplets just be
that was just like a silly goofy.
Yeah, like in a book.
I liked I suppose we can talk about stuff that happens in the end. I liked in the end that she mentioned that like none of them really did end up doing anything with their lives and they still were just doing tomfoolery as adults.
Yeah.
I thought that was silly.
Yeah. And I loved the like again, like some of the characterizations were just so good. Like, yeah, the triplets being
I mean, it was funny. Like the photocopier existed in the first place because they like got drunk and were taking pictures of their butts. Like it was just silly.
It was crazy but believable. The Criming brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like,
I can picture 3 teenagers, right, just being absolutely ridiculous.
Right. And then like the mom being a sneakerhead later, like
that was hilarious. I just went through and read like everybody's spoilery things that they said as they went. And then in the end, she's like, I'm a grandma who wears sneakers. I think I can handle it, or like something along those lines. Yeah. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, I just think I love details like that.
They're just silly, but like it fits too, where it's not completely random.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if anyone here, obviously, we got some satanic panic.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for Adriana to admit her rating.
Oh, wow, still waiting.
She ran. She's like, avoid. Oh yeah, there was, but to me this was in the 90s and wasn't satanic panic like truly a little bit before?
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Somebody older than me should chime in. Mom. But have you, like, going into it, I thought it was going to be more like that.
Oh.
Because maybe it's referenced in something, but I was wondering if anybody had seen Paradise Lost, the HBO docuseries. Never heard of them. Okay, good.
Do not call me out for existing in the 80s.
I mean, yeah, I feel like maybe it was also more of a Southern panic.
I do think that just in general, knowing that this poster caused deaths was interesting because you kind of get teased that in the beginning that people were going to die over this. So it feels like this dramatic thing that you kind of know is coming. And then the deaths are like so strange. I do think the couple who got stuck at the house, like, were they actually kidnapped? Like, what?
No.
Right, like,
They
I think
were
people
just,
were
like, partying and they passed out.
Right, but then
Yeah,
everyone was like,
but they were, like, to not get in trouble for being out
"These
and
guys in
partying.
the vans," and
Right.
then the other person fell off the water tower?
Yeah, he was trying to put them up on the
Right,
water
just put 'em
tower.
up.
So, like, that's, like, yeah, that the discussion and, like, implications of, like, who's responsible for that,
Right.
you know? Like, is it the town for not having a more secure water tower or that
And
guy's
should
for
I be climbing it, first and foremost? I did like the ending conversation with her mom a lot, where her
Where
mom
mom's
was
like,
just like, "I know."
yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it made me so sad to read about her getting more and more, like, excited and, like, obsessed and invested while Zeke was just getting, like, more and more afraid.
Yeah, because in the end too, I do think while she was like, "Crap, this lady's getting a hold of me to, like, expose this," you did feel a sense of, like, she was a little bit excited for it to finally come out, and then for mom to just be like, "We been new," and Zeke to be like, "Please don't include me,"
Yeah,
was, like, bringing her back a little bit.
yeah. Okay, yeah, so there was a more modern Satanic Panic, but I think, like, there was like, a heavy metal specific
Yeah.
thing that happened. And someone shot by the, like, neighborhood watch, basically, which was just a bunch of guys
Did I blank
drinking
that
beer
out?
with their guns,
Did
like,
I ignore that?
they were they had a name, but they were, like, looking for the van.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
just, like,
When
drinking and
at one point, there was, like, a crowd of people who, like, beat a van,
mhm.
a mob.
Yeah, that same
That's
mob
such a
ended
nice
up shooting,
okay.
like, a kid, which, yeah, again, like,
I would have liked just a touch of it coming out and getting
oh,
like, was she gonna be in trouble for this at all? Or was everyone just gonna be like, "Okay, cool."
yeah. I mean, that didn't even cross my mind to be like,
Right, 'ca
"What's gonna happen?" Because
and
I
it's
feel like
this is going to come out, and then it ends.
yeah.
Um, is that what the mob was called?
Oh, the poster posse?
I don't remember, and I finished it today, so
It was. I
sure.
feel like it was something like that. Yeah,
And my favorite part of the book was her talking to her daughter.
at the end.
I know, because
And
you think, like, kids do absorb way more than you think, and her just basically being like, "Yeah, mom, I know it, you told it to me."
yeah, and then, like, the very last thing of her being like, Are we all fugitives? Is so and so
Oh,
a fugitive?
yeah, right.
And the
Is the fugitive
uncles?"
a good thing? Right. It
I was
was
like
cute.
that was just yeah, it was cute. It was
Also, her daughter's name being Junie.
you were, like, relatable.
Oh, cute.
Baby jumps. That one's up next.
Yeah. If you wanna be forced to read Junie B. Jones with me.
Um, what else? What else?
It's so short that I feel like I covered my thoughts, and that's why I liked it.
Done. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
to me, I didn't wanna compare it to this in front of you, but I'm going to anyway. Does remind me of the Book of Form and Emptiness, but that book was too long.
okay, I can I can accept and even agree that the book might have been a little bit too long. And I do think there is a similarity in kind of weird, maybe slightly troubled kids
Uh-huh.
and also stories that are sort of from a kid or even like a teenager's perspective.
It's that thing of, like, being an adult book, but it is
Yeah, about a teen.
mhm. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I called this young adult on my spreadsheet.
Like, do you think a teenager would like reading this?
Yeah, it felt very, like I don't
I
know.
feel like what I liked about it was the nostalgia.
Yeah.
So if I read it when I was like 17 or 18, like I wouldn't have felt that. And I would have been like, ugh, I don't
You
know.
would have been like, these 16-year-olds are actually losers.
I would have been like, I should have done this last year. I text my high school best friend about it. I was like, hey, I've been reading this book that is like something we would have loved.
We would have done.
to.
That's funny.
Lizzie, I remember you saying this in the chat that it felt so YA at first.
I mean, it is teenagers.
It's but
So did you on your spreadsheet put it as adult or YA? I just think the majority, like in terms of the parts before we switch back to it being truly adult perspective, the majority of the book was in the teenage perspective.
Okay, mom thinks young adult, so much of the teen angst would be good if young adults were reading it. Lizzie put it as adult. I just think that it was well written, which to me means it's not young adult.
But that's why I laughed when you first picked this too, because I was like, Ruby, I'm pretty sure this is kind of YA. And you're always like, I'll try anything except YA. And then I'm like, you just picked a YA book.
It's literally not.
I get it. It is, but it's not.
I'll die on this hill.
Any other standout thoughts?
I hated that she had a dentist husband. Oh, that was gross.
Didn't she at one point say when they kissed at first, she thought he was maybe licking her teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Like told her how bad her teeth were, and then where it was like,
red flag. If he's licking your teeth, red flag.
It's icky.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Oh, and also Zeke's parents being together.
Oh, yeah.
Icky.
Yeah.
You deserve better.
Wait, actually, though, I loved that she wrote a book about her dad having another kid named Frankie.
And it was a flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oops.
This is actually just my personal trauma.
Yeah, I thought that was
that nobody else relates to.
Yeah, like I never did anything like this, but I feel like I was not that far away from it.
Right. I like can't recall myself as a teen. I didn't really have friends. So
like maybe you only need one.
True. Neither of these two had friends before they did this crazy shit. So
the watermelon thing.
Oh yeah, the watermelon thing. I agree. Whoever said that was a fun way to start this.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, this is a weird. I feel like it's setting the tone or the vibe of the town in general.
Right. Like
this town is willing to participate in some weird stuff.
Yeah. Like I feel like that could not happen outside of like a small town in the 90s.
And like anywhere now too, you could not have like an aggressive competition like that. Like Frankie, when Zeke goes in by himself and is literally like, he might die if he tries to finish this himself. You know what I mean? She's like, this is not safe.
Right.
And her telling him, yes, I'll help you, and then not getting in.
Oh my God. And her brothers are stealing out of everyone's pool bags. So good.
I mean, right. It's just like good, silly things stacked up on top of each other. I thought it was great.
What a fun book. Wow.
I would recommend this to my in-person book club because I'd love to know what they think.
Oh, you should.
I think it fits the vibe of like more stuff they would like rather than other stuff I wish they read. Right. They read a lot of historical fiction. And so to me, like this is still like a general fiction-y rather than me being
historical.
Like, be the historical romance, right?
Yeah. That would be fun.
And they do ask, like the few times I've been there now, they're like, anything we should have an eye on for next year's list? Because they put the whole year out at once.
Of good and bad.
Which is overwhelming. Yeah. So, like, in January, we'll know. I wish they wouldn't do that, but it's fine.
Wow. Yeah, that's because then you maybe like you know that you don't have anything to look forward to.
That's kind of how I feel like with what's left this year. I'm like, there's one book that is like for sure something up my alley, and the rest of them are like, I'll try.
What a good sport.
Yep.
Yes, so many weird details that I love. That's like exactly what I liked. And that is, I think, also there's a lot of weird details probably in the other book.
Oh.
Nothing to see here. I don't remember it as well, but
Right.
But it's a little bit more speculative, shall we say.
Okay. Do you think I would like that one just as much?
Yeah.
Toss up? Okay. I also do think that this is like a good book that you could recommend to almost anybody. Like age-wise, gender-wise, lifestyle-wise.
Yeah.
It's cute and fun.
And it's so short that it's like, well, you might as well.
Adriana, stop being here and not telling us why you didn't like it.
Her Goodreads said, like, teenagers having thoughts. I don't believe it or something.
Oh, yeah. Like, did you think you didn't like the characters? You thought that it was unrealistic? I need the tea before I leave.
It was, like, kind of unrealistic. But again, like,
the sensationalism of this little poster that somebody made.
But, like, it's juicy. Like, I'm like, I want a t-shirt with the poster on it.
Exactly. Like, if somebody made a fandom t-shirt that I thought the poster looked better than the one that you shared, I would buy it. My compile rating logic was the lowest thing that I put, so I recognize that.
Yeah, I was even like when they were talking about it, like the way that like the hands, like something about how she described like him scratching out the hands. I was like, it sounds like the way that my like high school best friend draws.
Oh,
like, so deeply. Like I was like,
you were literally like, we could have made this.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, with the little kids in the beds. I see it.
I always, when people say it's hands, I always picture that like biblical hands.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw, like the Adam or whatever.
Reaching towards each other.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
she just won't.
Being scared, so it's fine. Any other thoughts? Anything else I should say? There is no Shelf This Book Club pick next month, but you can expect the announcement very soon for the next 3. They are locked in. The next 3 are locked in, but
I don't even know who.
September. Oh, you have no predictions of who's hosting?
I feel like actually I feel like I can guess one host.
In general, you can figure it out because I just rotate.
I know. So if I thought hard enough, because I feel like I'm like, is Kayla up again or did she go no, because she went last fall, so maybe Kayla could be up again? No.
I do feel like also I wanted to mention that I feel like we're coming around to like everybody's second picks, and it's going much better for me than everybody's first picks did.
That's funny.
So like, this is everybody's redemption season.
We have tea. Too Cynical gives me the same vibes of when 16-year-olds tell their parents, you can't tell me what to do. I just don't know.
Were you not that way as a teen?
Well, and I don't know even like where you read that, because like they didn't do that. Only her brother.
I feel like the parents weren't. This was a case like the parents weren't super weren't involved.
Right, because it was set up to kind of be like both parents were going through a crisis, kind of.
Yeah. I did do the absent parent thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can have that thought.
Accepted.
Right.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for picking a 5-star book.
You're so welcome. I hope to do it again someday.
When I told you I was going to buy it, and you were like, "Oh no, don't do that."
I was like,
"It's a good omen when I buy them."
Okay. Well,
Okay. It worked.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.